What it do, man? It's your boy Battle Truth coming to you live and direct from the Battle Truth headquarters. Let's get right off into this, man. So, again, battle rap continue to more and more and more controversy. Listen, I told people before, the enemy is desiring a blood sacrifice. Okay, he's desiring a blood sacrifice. We didn't have a few close calls, but he's still not satisfied. He need a blood sacrifice in this community. I say that because I'm just seeing things and how things is working in the spiritual realm. As a believer, I just can peep game. I just know things that God revealed and showed me. And that's why I wanted to take the time out to address this situation, because I know it got out of hand between these two. And this is one reason why I ended up interviewing him, to get clarity on the heart of the matter so I could know how to speak about this thing and hope to bring some type of peace and clarity, which it may be too late for that, seeing how far things have went and what has been said between Adept and Swave, right? Okay, so we heard what's supposed to have happened. Adept was supposed to have did a video, according to Swave, uh, saying some allegations on him or touching some children. Swave felt offended in that, and according to Swave, he said that he and his brother Big D found out where Adept lived, went to his house in all black to do basically some harm to him, and made him take the video down. Adept said that wasn't the case. That wasn't true. He never came to my house at all. We talked on the phone, and his brother Big D reached out to me, and we had a conversation on the phone. In his anger at that, he believed that this was all some cover up for Unbias. Since the new documents have been released proving Unbias lied to the battle rap community. He lied to the battle rappers who he got to entrusting him to believe his word, to take him at his word. Um, when he told them that he was cleared, his charges were dropped, he was not returning back to court for no reason at all. Now, since the document's been released proving that he started his trial next month, Adept was under the impression that this is why Swave decided after 5 months to release whatever went on with them 5 months ago. Okay? Now, Adept go as far to provoke Swave to wrath by bringing up his deceased father that we know Swave had a relationship with and only loved dearly, right? So Adept, knowing that, provokes Swave to wrath, to get him to move on his words. Swave gonna hit restore order. Everybody want to know how he's going to respond to Adept assassinating his deceased father. Swave reading the comments. He said, I know what y'all want. I'm reading the comments what y'all want me to address. But if anybody know me, anybody know how I get down, I can't say nothing. Well, here's the problem with that, Swave. You already said enough. Here's the problem with that with Adept. Y'all both already said enough. If anything happened to Adept, everybody know who's responsible for it. Because y'all already done said too much as it is. And it's crazy in this day and age with the internet, how people could just blatantly go on here and incriminate themselves without even having conscience. And I figured as a street dude, you would move better than this. You would move better than this. Because y'all name dropping and you having a conversation with people like they literally blatantly Like Reaper Rail blatantly saying, yeah, I was driving around Brooklyn looking to shoot him. Then Swave speaking like, yeah, you know, me and Big D went over his house. So now you didn't name drop Big D, yourself, you went over his house. So there go all the motives right there. That's motive with intent. That's what I'm trying to tell you, brother. Think. But you know the sad thing about this whole thing that I want to get through both of you brothers' head? You know what people gonna say? If anything happened to either one of y'all, you know what people gonna say? This was all over Unbiased. No matter how y'all think. One of y'all can say, no, this ain't about that. This ain't about that. Because Adept believe it's over Unbiased. Swave may believe, no, this have nothing to do with Unbiased. You violated and disrespect my father, so it's personal. Swave, I know you're not a believer in Jesus Christ. I get it. Because here's the thing. And for what it's worth, I just want to just say something to you on this. When non-believers don't understand God, they tend to use their own reasoning to try to understand things. Like I heard Sway say one time, like he was mad at God because of some reason. But God is not to blame for the actions of men. We are. We are. Like if somebody killed my brother, I'm not mad at God for that. Somebody killed my brother. That had nothing to do with God. If my mother or father ended up dying some type of way because they probably wasn't taking care of their body, and then it came the results of them not taking care of their body when they were young, come back and get them, I can't blame God for that. And I also know, as being in the land of the living, death is for sure for everybody. My brother, my sister, my mother, my father, my son, my daughters. Death is the reality to everybody. So when it happens, I'm not going to be surprised about it because I know it happens. But as I live, my thing is to make sure that I'm in right standards with God when it's time for me to go. I don't want to die knowing I wasn't in right relationship with God, because now it's really time for you to cry, because my life is sealed up. My reason behind saying this is this, because I see a lot of people, and this was bad in California too. A lot of deaths in California happened as a result of this, because, you know, the dead homie thing. And in the era we in now, where it's actually even trending more and more now, where people is using the death of loved ones to provoke and inspire people to wrath. And people was acting on that because they believe they have to, because they being provoked and challenged. Even though the dead don't know this going on. The dead don't hear nobody disrespecting them. The dead don't even care about people disrespecting them, whether they are in heaven or in hell. If the dead is in hell, they don't care about nobody disrespecting them, because they want to get out of hell. They don't care what name somebody calling them. They want to get out of hell. They would love to come back to life to be called those names to get up out of hell. They would love that. But they can't hear it. They can't see it. It's the farthest thing from their mind. They don't even care about it. They just want to get out of hell. Then you have heaven. Let's say the dead is in heaven. They don't care about what's being said about them. They don't care about what anybody said disrespecting them. They don't care. They're in heaven, living it up. Peace, eternal life with God, in the fullness of glory. They don't care. But we, down here, we use that as a means of caring. And I'm saying this to you, Sway, because I don't want people provoking you to wrath, to do something you're going to regret. In respect for the dead, when you forget you have to live for who's living, your children. your wife. See, in this day era, we always feel we have to prove ourselves, even though nobody never physically harmed us. Remember the saying, sticks and stones may break our bones, but words are never hurting? That's a true saying if you want to live. But if you're going to challenge a person anytime they say something to you, then you might as well call it quits and roll over in the dead and give up on your liberty in your life, because you're going to be challenged. You're going to be challenged because you're dealing with spirits in this world. This goes for everybody. So what happens if you actually hurt this man because of what he said to your father, about your father who deceased and you alive? I get it. I get honor. I get respect. I get, nobody don't say that to me. You know who I am? I get that. I understand that. But pride comes before the fall of every man. What I'm telling you, there's no way you can get around this. There's no way you personally can get around this because you already put yourself out there. This is what I'm trying to tell you. And again, you know what people are going to say, no matter how you think or feel, this was all over Unbiased. Why give that man so much glory? Why give that man so much power? That man sitting back actually laughing at this, actually enjoying this, actually sitting back like, this all over me. And maybe behind the scenes, actually instigating it. Like, yeah, you should, man. I swear I hurt one. I know his spirit. But you got to think about what you putting at risk. What is alive? What do you go home to? So imagine you do something to this guy. Everybody know where it came from. It's everywhere. DNA 2 put it up on his channel. It's over 10,000 views already. It's all in restore order. Not including Adept videos. Even mine. So ain't no way you can get around it. No matter how hard you try. You can't. Because you already put yourself out there. But let's just say you just got something to prove. That you have to do this. Because nobody does that to you. Nobody. You don't care how big he is, how little he is. Nobody does that to you. So you disregard your children. You disregard your wife. Because you have a point to prove. For the spare moment. That's the thing that got a lot of people in prison and a lot of people in the grave right now. Because they did something in the spare of the moment that was temporarily and ended up putting themselves into a permanent position. Rather in the grave or in prison. So let's just say you carry this thing out and you end up finding where this man lives. And whether you do it yourself or whether you send somebody to do it for you, you send your own team off to take care of your dirty work, to handle your business for you, because they just got that much love and respect for you. Let's just say you do that. There's no such thing as a perfect crime. Even though it's already messy, it's already out here. Let's just use common sense. Let's just say you do it. Have somebody else do it. Man up doing something to that man. Right? How you get around it not coming back to you? Only for you to risk your freedom or your life. Because who's to say you're going to succeed in it? Who's to say you're going to succeed in it? How many people see, that's what I mean. How many people you bring into this mess on both sides? Because according to him, he got his people ready. If you ever come, they ready too. Across the street or next door, however he was saying. So you know when you come, you're not coming along because you don't know who there for him. So it's mess. Either way it goes, it's mess. And it still goes back to who? Unbiased. Unbiased. No matter how we look at this, unbiased is the center and focus of this. Because if it wasn't for Unbias, this wouldn't be going on. This wouldn't be being said. This wouldn't be spoke about. This wouldn't be being talked about. If it wasn't for Unbias putting you in his documentary, his rape-a-documentary, when people respected you as a stand-up dude, a realist, and this and that, and then he putting up screenshots of you admitting that basically Unbiased is a creep and you don't really mess with him after you found out the truth. So he lied to you. This who you should be mad at. He lied, used your name, used your brand, knowing what you represented. This is what I'm trying to get you to understand. Okay, I get the Adept thing. I get it. But let's put it where it was at. You said on the documentary, I'm talking to you, Swave, on some man-to-man real stuff. You said in the documentary, Chris, tell the truth, tell your story. Nobody can tell your story like you. And that man told you clearly that it was false. And he used you in your reputation in this battle rap community that people respect you about to validate him, to co-sign for him, to be accepted back in the community. Even when you told him, tell me the truth, he told you a lie. And you didn't see the paperwork he have that shows him in the wrong. And he lied, used your name and so many others to validate him at the expense of knowing he was lying to you. That's how selfish and dirty this dude is. That's how selfish and dirty this dude is. He knew your reputation was on the line. He knew you respected in this battle rap community. You gave him a way of escape to leave you out of it. But yet he used you to position himself, all the while knowing he was lying to you. And now the truth come out that he's starting trial next month. After he had y'all believing he was cleared, the charges was dropped. They not pursuing him no more. That's dirty. That's what's dirty. That's what's dirty. You were deceiving towards me. After I let you in my home, you was in my home, you was around my kids. And I believed you didn't do this because you swear to me you didn't. And now I found out you did do this, and then you use me. That's somebody you should be mad at. Not saying this for you to excuse Adept, but I'm telling you, brother, use your brain. Use your mind. Let's say you do something to him. Let's just say you do. Then something happened to you. Rather, it don't go well, or you sing your guys off and some of them get hurt, or some of them end up in prison behind this, and they end up breaking and telling on you. Let's just be real. You never know if a person really got you to the time for them to be behind that wall. When them people coming to them like, hey, you about to get 40, 50 years. Now they thinking about their kids. Now they thinking about the woman they love they finna be separated from, who they don't want another guy piping. That's why a lot of guys snitch and break. They wasn't thinking before they did their action, thinking they were going to get away with it because it was mapped out good, only to find out there's no such thing as a perfect crime. And then God is going to get justice no matter what. So now what happens with you? And then it comes back to you. And now you arrested. Then your son now is asking, well, where my dad at? Well, somebody was disrespecting his father. So he felt as a man, he had to honor his father. And he had something done to him. But your son who alive, like, so my dad left me because he needed to honor the dead when I'm alive. You see that? I want you to think about that, brother. We cannot change the outcome of our loved ones that's dead and gone. I remember my baby mama when she wanted to be mad at me and wanted to provoke me to do things to her because I would avoid it. She would say things like this: that's why your mama did, to try to get me to do something to her, to try to get me to put hands on her when I wouldn't give her no attention. That's what she would do. And I had to come to the knowledge and know that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to provoke me to do something to you so now that you can have the upper hand. So that you can have the upper hand. But then I get to thinking, like, hold on. My mother dead. I can't bring her back to life. She gone already. I can't bring her back. I can't change where she at. Is she in heaven or is she in hell? I can't change that out of my hand. So she don't hear it. I mean, okay. She dead. I can't change that. I start hitting the back. If people dead in your family, if people dead in everybody's family. But I noticed I was protecting my freedom from her trying to get me to put hands on her so that she can call the police on me since she couldn't control me. What I'm saying is this: I can't tell you what level of honor as a man you have. I can't tell you that. But I can tell you this: before you throw it all away, pay attention to what you're giving up or what you might be losing. Think about that before you make these decisions. Do not listen to the outsiders who not in your home when you tucking your son to sleep. Yeah, because I was on the phone with you a few times. I see how you is with your son. I see what you mean to him. I heard you in the background with your wife. Yeah, I understand that. So before you make a decision that you can't come back from, think about them. It's not weakness to let things go. In fact, that shows your strength. You say you know karate, right? Well, if I'm not mistaken, one of the first rules in karate is discipline and self-control. Now it's needed. Now this is when you really put them skills to the test. To have discipline and self-control. And sometimes you have to let things go. That's not worth it. Because you didn't prove nothing. What do you prove? You don't prove nothing. Now it's a difference when a person is touching you. When a person is in your presence, not you go finding them, but they come in your presence. Then as a man, you do what you're supposed to do as a man because your life is threatened. Because your family is in violation. But if I got to seek you out by what you say, then I'm in violation. And the court of law don't even protect me. I don't want to see nothing happen to neither one of you brothers. But it is what it is. We cannot allow this internet to make us be a victim either. We can't. We got to be mindful of that. Look at the era we live in now. Used to be a time you couldn't get gangsters on cameras, gangsters to take pictures, gangsters to confess crimes before it happened. And in their age, that's popular. That's the trending thing to do. Say you're going to do it, go and do it, then come back on the internet and say, I told you I was going to do it. No. No, no, no. It ain't worth it. Not for no unbiased. If you're going to fight and go out on a limb for somebody, listen, something not for no unbiased. That's what this all going to be the cause of. This what this all come down to. That's what everybody going to say, and there ain't no way to get around it. All this was because of unbiased, who lied to you, used your name, used your reputation, used your brand, shamed you before your team because he was deceiving and playing you all along. It was all because of him. Let's just be real. It was all because of him. Come on, brothers. Think about your family. Think about what you do have to live for before you throw it all away. It ain't worth it. Same thing for you, Adept. It ain't worth it. Let it go. Leave it alone. Let it go. Leave it alone. Move along. Move along. Both of you brothers violated one another. Both of you brothers violated one another. That's what it looked like to me. Both of you brothers, I'm just keeping it 100. Both of you violated one another. If I could forgive and let go, so should y'all. So should y'all. Forgive, let go, carry on with your lives. It ain't worth it. Swave, don't listen to the people in this battle rap community. Don't listen to people who calling themselves your friends, trying to entice you and provoke you to jack off your family. Because it be these same niggas that try to get you to do that stuff, and now they're trying to lay up with your woman. That's what happened to me. That's what happened to me. Same guys who were claiming that they were my guys, love me, this and that, this and that. I'd kill for you, I'd die for you. We going on mission together. We doing dirt together. The moment I got locked up, it was all in my girl face. Yeah, it was all in my girl face. Telling on me. Telling on me. Trust me when I tell you this. That being said, it's your boy Battle Truth. Ain't my judge, and that's a question. It's yours. Not over no unbiased.